Okay, I'm going to walk you through this molarity review problem, and it combines a few different steps that we've been covering. So it says a solution is made from combining 35.35 grams of calcium chloride and dissolving it in 500 milliliters of water. So that's very similar to what we did in the last lab where we had our Erlenmeyer flasks, and we put our solid in and then we added up to the 500 milliliter water line. And then we had our solution. So we're going to calculate molarity, and then in the end we're going to calculate the molar concentration of just Cl ions. And there's a few different ways to solve this, but I'm going to go ahead and show you what I think is the easiest way. Step one will be going grams to moles, and this will be grams to moles of our substance, which is calcium chloride. So our given grams always goes in the first box, and then our molar mass of calcium chloride will go down here. You figure that out by adding 1 calcium and 2 chlorines. Okay, and you do that division and you get 0.319 moles. And this is moles of calcium chloride. You can just leave it like that. You don't have to put it in scientific notation because it's not our final answer. Step number 2, I would go ahead and convert this milliliters to liters. And the reason for doing these steps is we know molarity is moles per liter. So we need to get into those units, moles and liters. So in 500 milliliters, if we want to go to liters, we divide by 1,000 milliliters, and that's equivalent in 1 liter. Okay, so hopefully you're already seeing what our next step will be, and that's to calculate molarity. So molarity is, we're going to use this up here, moles over liters. So 0.319 moles of calcium chloride on top, and 0.50 liters of water on the bottom. And when we go ahead and divide those, we get 0.638. And this is the molarity of our calcium chloride solution. And sometimes you would just stop right there. If they asked for just molarity, you'd be done. But this problem asks for the molar concentration of chlorine. So we have 2 more steps to do. Okay, so our next step is going to be to write out what calcium chlorine looks like, if you break it down into the ions. So you have calcium with a 2+ charge, chlorine with a 1-, and then to balance it we have to put a 2 right here. And that's going to be important. So earlier we calculated this is having a concentration of 0.638 molarity. But our question is, what is the concentration of chlorine? So we're going to write this out. Molarity, we know, is moles per liter. And in particular, this is moles of calcium chloride in 1 liter. The liter's just going to hang out. But now we're going to use our mole ratio. There's no coefficient in front of calcium chloride, so 1 mole of calcium chloride goes down here to cancel out with this calcium chloride, and 2 moles of chlorine goes here because we want to find out just our chlorine ion concentration. And we're going to go ahead and multiply those. And we get 1.276, and this is our molarity of Cl. It's molarity because this and this cancel out, so we're left moles per liter. So I'm going to write my final answer down here with just 2 numbers after the decimal point, and we are all done.